everybody, my name is Cheri. Welcome to my stamp studio. I'm going to do a card for you today that uses the designer series paper that's on sale. There's several of our papers that are on sale, and I'm going to try to hit as many as I can over the next few days, and I'm going to intersperse those with some holiday catalog stuff. So we'll be going back and forth between what's on sale now and what you will be able to start purchasing on September 4th. So before I get going on the card, these are all, and there may be another one or two of them up because I'm recording a bunch of stuff today. There may be more, so just go to my channel. There is a playlist of holiday catalog stuff. Catalogs have started mailing by the time I've posted this. The majority of you should have them. If you're on my email list, then I'll let you know when everybody who should be getting one should have a tracking number, so check your email. But if you need one, let me know. So that's that. Do I need the paper trimmer? No, I don't. I need to fix my squeaky chair. So today I'm going to use the Adventurous Sky stamp set. It's part of the Take to the Sky Suite collection, and this is one of the papers that's on sale. I'm going to use all of the pieces. If you saw this one, it was a mix and match. So this was the Unbounded Beauty, Unbounded Love. I think the paper's called Unbounded Beauty paper, and that one is up. That paper is also on sale, and this mixed and matched a bunch of things. For this, I'm going to use everything that's in the suite here and then add the trim because there isn't any ribbon in this one. So I'm going to use the stamps, I'm going to use the dies, and then this paper's super fun. So I have a couple of other cards. Neither of these are my creations. I have very talented friends, and we get together once a week to stamp together. And once a month. And we've been working through the templates in the catalog. So you can see this one doesn't even use the airplane. It uses the, I don't know what it's called. I don't have the set, but this sailboat that has that moon. And then this one uses it. And then this card here, this is, I'm pretty sure it's on my channel. And I think that when the annual catalog, this catalog had its Try It class, every time I take a card from a past Try It class and I do something with the new catalog. So I'm 99% certain that that's what this is. So it was a fun fold based on one of the patterns that you get in your PDF, and you can see it, you can slide a gift card in there. So that is, I'm pretty sure, on my channel, but my Try It class is filling up quickly. I can't say at what percent because I don't know when this video is going to go up, but early bird is also ending. So if you look at the holiday catalog and you're like, I wish I could have everything in this catalog. If you do my class, you get all 7 of the ribbons, all 7 of the embellishments, and 10 of the papers, then an assortment of punches, dies, and folders, what you need to complete 10 projects. So you don't get like whole spools of everything. That would, again, cost you a fortune, so you might as well just do it. But it's a really fun class, and I want to remind you that you need to sign up if you want to get on early bird. And then once early bird ends, that last day of early bird usually kind of kicks it up a notch as far as everybody signing up. So for this card, I'm going to use 3 different pieces. I have Cajun Craze for the background, and then I'm going to use this piece, and I'm going to use this piece, and this piece from the designer series paper. So I'm going to cut this. This is the label from, I think it's out of the Season of Green and Gold. I just did club with it. You'd think I'd remember the name, but it's the tag from that. And then we're going to do a little bit of stamping. So I'm going to emboss first because I didn't bring my embossing tray over here. And I don't want to get wet ink on this. So I'm going to take 2 of the stamps. That is not this card. I told you I have a bunch of stuff on my desk. I'm going to use my Versamark, and I'm going to do the medium plain. There's like a small, medium, and large stamp, and then there is a plain builder that's in the dies. That was what was on that card I just showed you. So I think this is the medium one. I'm going to stamp that in Versamark, and then I have a happy birthday that's out of the set. I'm going to stamp it in Versamark. And then all this stuff is getting put in the bucket because we will be making this at camp on Friday, my in-person event. So I've got, this is the new Copper Wow. So we have some new embossing powders, but they're in the same colors that we had before. It's just a new brand. I would say if you have a long wish list and you already have embossing powder, don't replace it with the new because you won't notice that much of a difference. So We do have a really nice toolkit. My desk is so dirty at the moment that I don't want to put it on here. When you heat emboss and you're going to put these through the die cut machine, that you make sure everything's melted. The other thing I like to do is give it just a second before I run it through that pressure. So we'll go ahead and do the rest of the stamping. That way your powder has a little bit of time to cool off. If you do it straight away, sometimes this is hot and it will stick to the plate and it can then kind of pull it off. So we'll just give it a second. It doesn't take long. So here is my background piece. And then this is just kind of like a pattern. It is out of the set. I'm going to use my Cajun Craze. And I am just going to stamp so it ends up going kind of like down along the card. So you can see it from the front and then add some to the back. So our back has some texture. And then when you do it so it's going to be on the front, you want to make sure like it needs to be more on the edge than in there. Otherwise, it's all just going to be covered up by our piece of background paper. And I don't want it everywhere. Just want to give it some texture. That should be good. And then I'm also going to take it on this piece and add just a little bit. You can always stamp on your Designer Series paper. Just because it has a pattern doesn't mean that's all it can have. So we'll just kind of tie it together. And then I'm also going to take the piece that I'm going to cut my tag out of. My chair's really squeaky. Maybe it's been like that for a long time and just because, you know, once you notice something. So I'm just going to add some pieces on here. So that's all with the Cajun. And then I'm going to fold my card in half so I know where to stamp my greeting. And then I pulled out, this is the little plain. Remember I said there's a small, medium, and large. That's the little. My Night of Navy. And then I have it. So on the front, it's going to say happy birthday. And then this says, you are the best, plain and simple. Kind of a play on words there. And it's a fun inside greeting. And I'm going to take my little plain and add it there. That's all of our stamping. So I'm going to cut this out with the tag. And then there is a banner to cut this out that can pull along the back of the plane. You really have to do your card this direction to make it work. So I'm just going to use it for a tag. So let me cut these out. So these are all a real simple one pass through. So now we just have to stick it all together. So I am going to put... I mean, it's a guy's card, right? I mean, it could be for a girl. I'm sure there's lots of girls who love aviation, but especially with the colors on this, I kind of see it more of a masculine card. Add that. And then originally my card was this, and I was like, oh, it just kind of, this looks like it's kind of getting lost. So I took this piece here, and here's a funny story. I'm going to use a sneak peek trim. So this will be in the holiday catalog. It is the Natural Tones Linen Thread. And when I did it like this, I was like, well, the green doesn't match. And then I was this green. There's no green in the card, right? So I was going to use those two colors. And then I was like, it needs this. Look how much more that kind of centers it to have a little bit of a stronger color underneath the tag. And so then I went to glue it on and I flipped it over. And it is green, so if you're making this card, you can use all three colors if you want to flip it that way, and that ties that green thread in here. I'm so excited to have this thread, and y'all can have it starting on September 4th. So I have this here. This is cut a little smaller than 1 1/4. And so I'm going to take the two pieces of thread that I have the colors on this particular card. There is a lot of green in this paper. So if you get the paper, then come back next month and get the twine, even if you don't get the suite that this goes with, because it will match perfectly well. And the twine, I mean, that I showed you that it doesn't have a ribbon in the suite. It's right here. It's like, where'd my tag go? So this will stand in, because I think that thread on a guy's card works really well. And I'm just going to tie a simple knot. You can loop it through if you want, but because I'm using 2 pieces, I think it's easier to just tie a knot. Just pull that through once, and then don't pull it too tight because it is paper, and you don't want to tear the paper. And then I want to kind of raise this up, so I'm going to use dimensionals. So I'm going to put 3 there. See, this side would be cute too. Really, all of the sides in this paper that had the map on it, so it would have worked as well. And see this here? So it kind of just pulls it all together. So all those papers, even though they did match, now they're just all kind of coordinated. And then I'm going to grab my plane, and I also want it to be raised up. It kind of gives this card a little bit of depth, and since it's an airplane and it's flying, the depth is perfect. And there's not a whole lot going on the card. It's pretty simple. But you know, sometimes I give these to men in my life, and they look and they appreciate it for like 12 seconds. So don't feel bad if you just want to put a little bit of work into a card that somebody's only going to pay a little bit of attention to. And there's nothing wrong with this card. It's pretty cool. Add that, and see, if you do this the other way, then you can pull it from this. There's a little piece that makes it look like it's pulling the banner. But I would have had to turn my card the other way, and I was doing this for my camp, and I'd already cut all the paper. So that's why I did it this way. And then these are the embellishments that are part of the suite, industrial trinkets. They are not self-adhesive, and I don't know where my fine tip glue is. It must be over on my workstation and not on my stamping table. I tend to create over in front of my window where I stand up and have it under the desk treadmill. And this side didn't work a second ago, and I used it. And I wish that I should just put 2 of everything, but that space isn't giant over there. I thought about putting 3, but it makes the card kind of heavy if you're going to, these are heavy, if you're going to mail it. So here's the thing. Here's these fun embellishments, right? I don't know which way is right and which way. I should have looked when at the catalog. Like, I like this side because it's very pretty, but it seems to me that in the catalog they go this way. So that's the way I did it, but feel free to use the other side. Oops. I don't want to get this glue on my fingers. If you've had white, that's why I prefer the fine tip. If you've had the green glue on your fingers, it does dry clear. You know, it can be a sticky mess. So here we go. The other one looks just the same. The only thing that's any kind of different is the placement a tiny bit and where these are stamped a tiny bit. Otherwise, it's the same card. So this is the Take to the Sky Designer Series paper on sale in August. And keep coming back because I'm going to try, like I said, to get as many of the sale papers. I don't have enough time. I should have started this earlier in the month, but I got my holiday catalog and, you know, the excitement of something new took over. So have a great one. Bye.